Good morning. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be watching and reacting to House of Dragons Season 1, Episode 6. I'm looking forward to this episode, especially after last episode. I felt like it had a crazy ending where we saw Rhaenyra get married to Sir Laenor Valerian. And also, I thought that King Targaryen, I thought he passed away, but Ewan let me know that he didn't pass away. And she was wondering what my problem was with wondering who was dead. Like, I didn't believe Daemon killed his wife until later on in the episode. I don't know why. I just didn't believe that he actually killed her. I didn't want to believe that. But she also mentioned, and it's not a spoiler, but she said, "Let us welcome this most creepy individual." She said she gets goosebumps whatever is on screen. I'll know soon. So I'm interested to find out who that is. I'm really hoping it's not Sir Laenor Valerian, which is Rhaenyra's cousin, who's now her husband. I hope it's not him that she's talking about. But maybe this was kind of the origin story. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's him, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. If it is him, it's definitely because his lover was murdered in front of him, and very traumatic event. But hopefully it's not him. Hopefully it's somebody else. But we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm not sure what they're gonna do for the ending of this season, because I felt like episode 5, I felt like that could have been the ending. Really, I mean, it was that, that kind of intense, that good. I thought maybe that would be the ending, but it wasn't. Here we are. It's only halfway through. So yeah, let's just jump into it. If you guys are excited, leave a like and let's get into this. Here we go.
Keep breathing.
Kicking like a goat, princess. Princess.
Okay, who is this person? This is not the princess. I mean, they're calling her princess. Did we jump ahead and lose the actors we liked? I kind of want to Google it, because that's not Rhaenyra. They're calling her a princess, though. Like, I mean, I know she's not all dolled up right now, but that doesn't look anything like Rhaenyra. Did I miss something? I don't think so. Start episode 6.
New dress.
A boy. I've just heard.
Yes.
Hold on. Where are you going?
She wants to see.
That's not Rhaenyra. Who the heck are these people? What the heck? These are not the characters I know. Like, there's no way, right? Would they just use the aging software? Are they played by the same people? I am gonna Google it. Hopefully I don't get spoilers. Who plays... Nope. Plays... Rhaenyra. Yep. They did exactly what I was afraid they were going to do. Like, I don't like that. Yeah. Miley Alcock plays the younger version of Rhaenyra Targaryen in the first half of the season 1 of the House of Dragons, and then Emma D'Arcy plays the older version. Huh. I don't like that. So we're changing all the actors then? Because it looks like Rhaenyra Valerian is somebody else too. Yeah. Yeah, different actors. I do not like that at one bit. Like, I'm sorry to, be complaining or whatever, but that's just not... I don't like that. I don't like that. I was so right. I thought we'd at least go a full season. Jeez. I'm not a fan. That's not Rhaenyra. This is not Rhaenyra. I protest. No.
My deepest sympathies.
I am glad I'm not a woman.
I do not like this one bit. I am not a fan, guys. I'm sorry. It's probably going to be me complaining this whole episode. I'll try to just reel it back in and just be okay with it, but these are not the characters I liked. These are random people. Who are these new actors and actresses?
Princess?
So he gets to remain the same. What about the queen?
Rhaenyra, you should be resting after your labors.
They don't even look the same. They don't even look the same. I'm disappointed in the show. I'm sorry. I will say it one more time, and then we're gonna move past it. We're gonna move forward. But I don't like it. I do not like it. Why change characters mid-season? It always bothered me. They did this too with some of the older TV series you watch. I'm trying to think of an example. The Partridge Family. They change out the little kids. They did this a lot in Monk. One of the boys, the character, it doesn't matter who, but the point is they keep filtering out random children, and playing it off like it's the same person. And I hate when shows do that. I know it's not the same person. I know it's a different actor. I know it's a different actress. What I appreciate is when shows, if they don't want to utilize that character anymore, they write them out of the script or something. I know you can't write the queen and the princess out of the scripts, right? Like, I know these are important characters, but that's why it's so aggravating, because they are important characters, and you're just playing it off like I wouldn't notice that you swapped actors and actresses. I don't know. I feel like, and I'm not an expert, so I could be wrong, but, we've all done that little stupid thing on our phone where, where it ages you and shows you what you'd look like in 20 years. Surely there's some sort of technology they could have utilized rather than just changing the actors. I don't know. I don't know. That's, to be fair though, I think this has been my one and only major complaint up to this point. There's been a couple small things, but nothing worth mentioning. And so the fact that, I've enjoyed it up to this point, so I'll try to continue to enjoy it, but I don't like swapping out actors and actresses for other actors and actresses. I'm sure these guys are going to do a great job too, but it's not Rhaenyra. It's not Hightower. They're not the same. And like, Rhaenyra to me is the first actress. So They've got a lot to live up to, these new actors do.
A fine prince.
All right. Yunan was right. He's still alive. He's still alive. King Targaryen. Here he is. Now he's aged, but it doesn't look like he's a different person. He just looks older. See how they aged him? Sorry. I'm sorry. Get it together, Andrew. We'll move past this together. We can do this. But yeah, I mean, you can tell just even by his voice. I mean, this is the same guy. I mean, I could look him up, but I don't want to get any spoilers. But yeah, you can tell he's the same guy.
Sturdy. You will make a fearsome knight.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Does the babe have a name yet? We haven't spoken.
Joffrey. He'll be called Joffrey.
It's an unusual name.
Joffrey. Oh no. Let's hope he's not anything like the other Joffrey. Obviously unrelated, different family, different house, different time frame, different year. But I don't know about that name. Joffrey. Ah.
Do keep trying, Selena. Sooner or later you may get one who looks like you.
Well, that was rude. Jeez. They took the sweet girl and put a new person in the role and with a new sense of attitude. Jeez.
Another boy, I heard. What a fine night you were going to make, eh? Might I?
So Harwin wishes to be introduced to Joffrey.
I have to say, you know, part of the reason of my dislike, I'm not complaining again. I'm just stating a fact. It feels like we have to relearn the show. We have to relearn what's going on. I know it's just character swaps, but it just feels like a whole different show. It doesn't feel like the same show to me personally. How do you all feel? You and especially, because I know you've been actively watching these. What is your honest opinion of actors and actresses doing a swap like this to grow them? Now, I don't mind in, like, for example, the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. They had an older version of Edmund, Susan, Lucy, and Peter, right? But they were in it for like 5 to 10 minutes, if that. You know what I mean? Like, the whole movie wasn't evolved around them. And then also, it was just to show how long they've been there, and then they go back to where they were and go back to being children again. You know what I mean? Sorry to spoil Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I assume everybody that's going to read or watch the movies for Narnia has seen or read the movies already. Or seen the movies, watched read the books. But regardless, like, that to me, I'm okay with, you know. But I would presume, granted we're only in episode 6, but I presume these are the new characters, and like, these are the new people, and this is it now. that is my assumption, because I've seen this show progress forward quite a lot. You know, they've been progressing over the years, and obviously now Rhaenyra is, I mean, she's got three boys, so clearly we had progressed pretty far. But I have yet to see the show go backwards. You know what I mean? So I would imagine these are the new characters for now, unless they age them even more in season 2. But we'll just have to wait and see.
About it. So we found one for you.
A dragon. How?
The gods provide.
Behold, the pink dread.
Be sure to mount her carefully. First flight's always rough.
Wow. Okay. Brutal. Very brutal. Yeah, now we're seeing more kids, more children. I would presume the two in green are Hightowers or King Targaryens. And the other two, obviously we met before. They're Rhaenyra's. So, yeah. That would be my assumption. I could be wrong, though.
They gave me a pig!
A what?
They said they found a dragon for me,
The last ring has no legs at all.
but it was a pig.
You will have a dragon one day.
You'll have to close an eye.
I know it.
They all laughed.
They made wings for it, apparently. And a tail.
So, why does he not have a dragon? I guess I'm not grasping that. Is there a reason everybody else has a dragon he doesn't? Presumably you get the dragon that the egg nets with you, would be my assumption. But did he not get an egg when he was born? I mean, I know they have a limited supply of dragons, so... But I wonder how they chose that he wouldn't get one. Was it because... is it because Rhaenyra started having children and they needed to save the eggs for her children? Because they're the heir to the throne? I'm really not sure. If anybody can explain that without spoiling me, it would be great. If it's something I shouldn't necessarily know yet, that's fine. But sometimes I miss things, and so I'm hopeful this is not just something I've missed.
To House Velaryon and the match you battled so hard to make for her, not to mention decency itself.
I had a black mare once. Black like a raven. One day, she escaped her pasture, and the neighboring stallion sired a foal on her. The stallion was as silver as the moon on a winter's night. And the foal, when it was born, chestnut. Just the most unremarkable brown horse you ever saw.
So what they're getting at is all the children are born out of wedlock? Is that what it's called? When all the children are not actually the father's? I mean, or the father is not actually her husband is what I'm trying to say. Is that what they're saying? I didn't assume that. I mean, just due to the fact, I mean, well, heck, he named one of them. I mean, she said he's been distant, but has he been distant for 9 months? You know what I mean? Like, because the thing with different races, I mean, I'm not an expert in it, but, you know, they could be lighter skinned or darker skinned, you know? I didn't just jump on the fact that they're not his children, but maybe they're not, according to Hightower. The fuck?
Whose idea was it? The pig. Was it your plot?
No. It was Jace. And... it was the two of them.
Okay, but why is she not questioning the fact that he was jerking off out a window? Like, that's not her first question? She's more concerned about the pig? What? The hell did we watch? Jeez.
Then I want...
You are the challenge! You are the challenge, Aegon! Simply by living and breathing!
I have questions about her parenting style. First off, she's clearly seen him jerk off out a window before, which is concerning in and of itself. Secondly, doesn't matter that he's getting older. You don't need to grab him by his face. and scream at him. I get she's concerned and believes her father, but geez, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's one thing to punish your children, but the other to just grab them and shake them. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that. Well, I'm glad Damon is still Damon. That's a good thing. Yeah, I'm glad Damon is still the same actor. I mean, you could just tell. They didn't even try.
As Aegon once did. And my gratitude will fill your cup and overflow it.
Your Excellence, we are travelers. We've already extended our visit here.
It's a most generous offer. And one we will certainly entertain.
It is a generous offer. Yeah, hard to refuse that. I wonder whatever happened with his late wife and her inheritance and all that. Never really found anything out about that when we jumped ahead so far. I don't know if we'll ever figure that out. But, yeah, I mean, he's willing to stop being a traveler. I mean, who can blame him for that offer? She didn't seem too happy with him, though.
Foul play. I'll deal with him.
Emotions are running high. You know, a large part of this, though, is due to your parents. Or your mothers, anyways. But you know, plus children be children, you know. But there is a lot more on the table when it's possible that somebody could kill you over it. Over your right to the throne and all that. Granted, he doesn't have a right. I still agree with the king. You know, Rhaenyra's heir. That's what he decided, and I think that's that. You know, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Most men would only have that kind of devotion toward a cousin, or a brother, or a son.
Well,
say it again! Say it again!
No one has a match.
Let him be baby.
awkward. Adults acting like children. There you go.
This flimsy shield alone stands between you and the headsman. The willful blindness of a father towards his child.
I wish my father affected a similar blindness.
Have I not, these many years? And yet today, you publicly assaulted a knight of the King's Guard in the defense of your...
You have your honor, and I have mine.
Dang, alright. So maybe the queen is right, you know? He certainly wouldn't have acted that way if it was not true. Also, he did have a unusual interest in in the children training. So, geez. I mean, who knows? Wouldn't put it past Rhaenyra. She's done this kind of stuff before. I mean, obviously she wasn't married before, but wouldn't put it past her. And she did say, she did say, you know, when they were younger, that, you know, they could sleep with whoever they wanted to, basically, is the gist, that she decided. So
I am owed
You are owed nothing. For 10 years, you have indulged yourself at court. Bought the finest horses. Drunk the rarest of wines. Fucked the lustiest boys. This was our agreement. I have not begrudged you.
Jeez. Well, okay. Alright, so the lies are not lies, but the rumors are true. They aren't his sons. No wonder she was flabbergasted by him naming one of them Joffrey. Without even considering her, because it's not even his kid. Very good. Very good.
I have felt the strife between our families of late, my queen. Additionally, if Syrax brings forth another clutch of eggs, your son, Aemond, will have his choice of them.
That's one way to try and squash the rumors. Offer your child up to marry. It's still weird because you're related. I don't know. I don't know. To me, that whole scenario is weird. But also, the fact that your sons are not actually... I mean, they are truly your sons, though. I mean, you're the one that gave birth to them, but they're not actually the kings. Not the kings, but the princess or prince's sons. I guess he'd be considered a prince since he married a princess. Her husband. Somebody else's children. I don't know. I don't know. Drama!
Your advice has been sage, unmarked by self-interest, which stands in contrast to all others.
You speak kind words. But there is a shadow over my house, and it grows ever darker. I can no longer serve you with integrity.
Wow.
What is this shadow? Name it if it casts such a gloom.
Yes. We must have your reasoning in plain language.
I cannot.
Then I cannot accept this.
My dear husband.
I said no.
If you insist, my king.
I do. You will continue in your service to the crown.
This new Alicent's got an attitude. Have you guys picked up on that? Not a big fan. Good for the hand trying to do the right thing, I see why he's thinking the way he's thinking. He doesn't want to lead the kingdom astray, but he won't speak of the issues, so he's going to remain the hand according to the king. Good for him, though. Try and do the right thing.
I took the liberty of beginning without you, Your Grace. It seemed a sin to let such a pie grow cold.
This is the same actor, too, I believe. Looks to be the same guy. It's weird how they pick and choose. I mean, I guess they let the older people stay. I didn't feel like he was that much older than Alicent, but maybe so.
You did wisely, Lord Larys. You had no such worry about the wine, surely.
Meat without wine is also a sin. You cannot say, my queen, that your father would be impartial in this matter.
No, but he would be partial to me.
Yes, he would be partial to you, but it's not all about you. It's not all about you. I know she's worried about her children because of what her father said, but, and rumors keep going around, but I really still don't think Rhaenyra's going to have her children killed. I mean, maybe I'm naive in that matter, but I just don't foresee that happening. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I really don't. Heck, she just offered to marry her children to you, so clearly, she's not looking to kill anyone.
What a collection of heroes I have before me. A murderer, a deviant, a traitor to the crown. For your crimes, you've been sentenced to death by hanging.
What do you want with us?
I am prepared to offer you mercy. If you're prepared to pay a little price.
Alright, I'm going to cut that out. I'll watch it, but you guys don't have to watch it again. What the heck? Who is this guy? Taking their tongues out? Ugh. Ugh. I mean, I guess would you rather lose your tongue or your life, but still. Rough. That hurt. That hurt my mouth. That hurt my mouth.
Lena!
That dragon didn't want to kill her. I mean, who would if she's had the dragon since 15, but he finally did come to terms with killing her. Damon looks actually pretty upset. I was interested because he was given the same story that his brother was given, and yet he didn't react the same way as saying try to save the baby and let his wife die. But this is a whole nother level of grief that he has to deal with here. I mean, you can see the grief in his face. Whole nother level of grief. Because she just basically committed suicide. I mean, the thing is, she was going to die anyways, but... I mean, she definitely... she definitely advanced that, made it quicker. Which, I've never obviously had a child, and nor am I able. So I can't imagine the kind of pain she was in that led her to want to do it that way. But there you have it.
Princess.
We will exchange letters by Raven. Won't that be fun?
Is Harwin Strong my father? Am I a bastard?
You are a Targaryen. That's all that matters.
She didn't say no. She didn't say no. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. We all know. It's obvious. I at first I wasn't willing to believe it at the beginning of the episode. And that's partly because why would I think poorly of her like that, Just because he doesn't look exactly like his dad doesn't mean anything. But as things progressed, it's like, all right, well, you basically all admitted it. Maybe that's Jon Snow. I'm just kidding.
We'll need every sword we can muster.
All right, then. Running away from her problems that she created. Okay. All right. There you have it. Okay. The men that will not be able to speak are on the move. Interesting. Interesting indeed. All right, then. All right. There goes the father. And probably the king's hand, too, if he doesn't get out of there. Wow, okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting, because he's killing his own brother, or having his own brother killed, and his father.
The Queen makes a wish. What servant of the realm would not strive to fulfill it? I assume you will write to your father now?
Laris, I did not wish for this.
I feel certain you will reward me. When the time is right.
Aha! I think he's the character Ewan is talking about. Seems like a lovely fella. Only living to serve the queen. Or serve himself. Time will tell. Very cool. Very cool. Well, I'm going to watch the behind the scenes and then I'll wrap up my thoughts and hit you up with them momentarily. Good evening. You've made to the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. I did, honestly, watching back this episode, I did enjoy it. You know, obviously I had some questions at the beginning on their choice of switching the actors mid-season. And I still feel kind of strongly about that. I'm not a fan. I will continue to watch and hopefully enjoy. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of that, to be honest with you. I mean, I think I made that very clear, but there you have it. It was still a decent episode, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was watching that end scene again, and yeah, watching myself smile as he talked. I'm kind of rooting for the villain up to this point, you know? I mean, if you think about it, though, killing your own father and your own brother, like, that is very dark. Chopping all these men's tongues off, that is kind of messed up. The cool thing, though, which is different than what Joffrey and, oh crap, the other guy, I didn't want to remember his name, but King Joffrey and, you know, the other guy from Game of Thrones, he's going after people that are already criminals to some degree. You know, he had a murderer, and they were all sentenced to death, you know, and he's using them. I mean, in some ways he gave them another chance, but he is definitely using them, you know. But it's interesting because at least the people up to this point that he's tortured, if you can forget his brother and his father, specifically his father, Because his brother, you could argue, well, no, he was in the wrong. You know, he shouldn't have been sleeping around with the princess and all that. But I'm listening to myself talk, and I'm trying to justify his bad doings. I don't need to justify it. It was wrong, but it's cool to have a villain. You know, and he might do some stuff later on that I don't like him for. But some of the stuff in this lead up, I mean, the tongue thing was really gross, right? But just his demeanor and his ending monologue at the end, you know, it was just like watching evil. It was like watching evil come to the show, and I'm kind of here for it in some ways, you know, like just look back at Game of Thrones. What if we didn't have King Joffrey to hate? What if we didn't have the guy that made geez, I'm so bad with names. I'm so sorry, Ewan, and I know that upsets you, so I'm very sorry. But just think if we didn't have the bad guys in Game of Thrones. You know, the people to hate, it wouldn't have been the same show. I can say that, you know. I think everyone would agree with that. It definitely wouldn't have been the same show. So to have that kind of, the character that we can all kind of come together behind, I don't know, I just think it's kind of cool. Maybe I'm messed up in the head for thinking that, but I like his demeanor and his monologue. I think he's portraying a really, really creepy guy, and maybe initially has good intentions, but you know, for the queen's sake, and doing what he thinks is best for her. But I don't know. You guys might hate me for that. I might lose any viewers I have left, you know. But no, I just find it fascinating. I've always, you know, been fascinated by different things. You know, it's kind of like how we all watch, and we don't all watch this, but I have watched some like documentaries on serial killers and stuff like that. And I'm not obviously rooting for the serial killer in real life, but I'd still find it interesting to try to understand, not to justify, but just try to understand how they got to that point, or stuff of that nature, you know. And in this being a fictional show, you know, I like it having a villain. It does make me uncomfortable. It does make the show unsettling, but I think that improves the show. I don't know, just food for thought. You guys feel free to hate me in the comments or dislike the video or whatever, but that's just kind of how I'm feeling, you know. Overall, really decent show. It had some WTF moments, you know. I left those in. I don't know if I'll have to take them off altogether. But at this point, they're still in the video. Mainly speaking about the young boy having fun in a window. That was a little awkward. But yeah, I think the new actors are going to do an okay job. I do think they still have big shoes to fill. I still feel that way. You know, it's not like they get to make this character their own, because the last actresses and the last actors made those characters their own. They now have to almost become the other actress portraying the character, if that makes sense, you know. I think it's going to be harder for them. I think it's harder for them. I think there's more that they have to do than what they normally would, say if this was episode 1. But overall, decent series. It did knock it down a couple levels, if I'm honest with you, the switching of the actors and actresses. To me, that's a big deal. And it did, you know, kind of darken my view a little bit. The storyline still seems pretty decent. The jumping ahead in the future, you know, I think that is okay. I understand, moving forward and stuff. I really wish they could have done something with technology to age people rather than just using different actors. But that's just my take. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear from you. I do plan to keep posting these. I'm going out of town Saturday, just to Ohio, and then which is close to me. It's one state over. It's just to visit relatives for Christmas, and then the following week I'll be gone the entire weekend. So I'm going to really try to get videos out ahead of time. So hopefully you won't even notice that I'm gone. But I know in the past I've struggled with that. I'm doing better with getting the videos out, but there's always room for improvement, and I don't want to fall back into not getting consistent content out there for you guys. The main things that I want to focus on, of course, House of Dragons on Thursdays. Some sort of reaction video to a music video, typically from the Philippines, on Tuesday. Old School RuneScape on Saturday. RuneScape 3 on Monday. And then if I have time, I add the extra RuneScape 3 videos in there. But that's my focus, those 4 main things every week, and I'd like to continue that through the holidays. Yeah, give me any feedback you have, good or bad. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you guys all again real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!